and get this show on the road. Best up. Okay. Should be okay. No. So I just checking my phone a sec. Right, let's just make sure the stream is good. Who have we got on? No one at all. That's good. Okay. We have just started, so... Oh, you had to start doing an intro screen. Just to get people sort of on. Alright. Let's just start at the local streams while I just kind of casually work away here, guys. So... let's just minimize everything a sec now. What's this? Don't remember opening a browser. Okay, so let's go. We go Twitch. YouTube. So this won't take long, guys. I'm just getting set up. Gosh, that's slow. Let's get over to Kick as well. See how we're streaming to all the major channels. I do like doing lives because I'd have to worry about entering. Now it's the last one. Let's go across to X. You notice I'm not streaming to Instagram so much these days. I will still do the occasional one. Might just do like a sort of a soul stream to Instagram or something just to... Yeah. If you don't use these streaming services, sometimes you can lose access to them. So it's always good to have that going. Right. Let's press play on that. Wonderful. I think we're streaming to every major platform right now. Okay, so how are we, guys? I'm just sort of relaxing here. So... just both up here. There's been some changes to Steam VR recently, huh? It's quite confusing. I think they're probably just getting ready for maybe the next chapter. Whatever that may be, but no, we're here in the afterglow. You can kind of see if I just switch the camera around. So we're still looking at this beautiful light display. How are we doing, Golden UK? So we're just sort of looking out the window here at the fireworks. Now, I've made some differences in here, guys. I have, so I got brave. So learning how to sort of bake the levels to the best of my ability. I don't think I'm quite done with that, but I think I need to up the quality. But you can certainly see, look, we've, if I switch the camera around, so I'm in the upstairs lounge next to the entrance. The entrance is just up there behind me, right? That's where people come in. So, switching now to, using this upstairs lounge area a bit more. My first change has been, like somebody said to me yesterday, it was Clyde, why don't you remove the big bookshelf behind you? And it was literally blocking it all off. And we were on, well, bookshelves are kind of cozy. It sort of was blocking it, so people were largely coming in just here, and they were running straight across this way, down there, because we've spent so long down in the basement that actually it's there's so many areas in this map that we can use, but it's open to that. But you'll also notice right at the back, look, there's a drawing board just there. And so I've sort of moved that over there as well with all the pens. So it's, let me stand up a sec so we can properly show you. There we go. So if we close that many, so if we just sort of start off in here. So this is the entrance, okay? This is where we come in. And as we march in, you'd see we had the area over here, which was fine. I did yesterday, I put a TV screen over there. But I discovered that, like, whilst I liked to lie down here and watch the TV, what was really happening was, you've really got screens in here, like, okay. Lots of screens. But there was a big old bookcase just here. And to us, I like sitting here because you can see the city and all the fireworks, which is, like, super nice, right? And I want to make this TV toggleable. This is going to be my next thing. Like, calculate turn this on and off. I also want to put some toggleable sound effects in the fireworks. But the fireworks are great. Like, they're just going off upstairs. You can see them. I really love the fireworks. They're made by, I know I say enough for the stream, but they're made by an incredible creator called Narban, who does sell his wares on, I think, Gumroad, possibly? Buy these effects for your own worlds. They don't cost too much at all. It's quite wonderful. But yes, it's all very open now, so when people come in, they can actually see us all here just watching TV or watching the fireworks. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this area, though, this table. I don't see myself using it, to be honest. Just thinking, like, maybe would it stretch to have a hot tub just here, or is that just, like, you know, is that too much? I'm not sure. Either way, we'll make those decisions. I got enough to do. But yeah, it's been great fun. This is a wonderful map. Very easy to modify. Now, I've actually left, a friend's instance with some friends that just to sort of come into it. I don't like doing filming when there's friends in here, like, too often, because I tend to sort of get lost. Plus, I think when you're supposed to be spending time with friends, it's a bit much to be talking to a camera. Yeah, what's this? Random spidery thing. Silly. That's great. I do want to do more with this. This is a lovely bath that I can sort of just turn this on. You can actually see it fills up the bath, like. This is really kind of nice. I want to do more with this view outside the window here. Certainly on the PC one if I can. Squeeze more buildings out here, because there are some buildings, but you can't really see them. They're just kind of in the distance. Oh, so hungry. Yeah. So there's another table area, but I think we could have some fun by just pretty remote areas. I do think sadly the plushie toys are going to be out soon. I've had a few complaints about them. They make clicky noises. Ready? I don't know if you can hear that actually. Like a lot of these plushies just make clicky noises when you throw them around. I could remove the sounds, but to be honest, plushies are fun. Maybe I'll make my own plushies and put them in there. Like, I love this room. This is a room I don't use enough. It's the Nook. But I'm calling it the Nook. I think it's called like the downstairs theatre, but it's just a wonderful sort of cozy. Look at this. Just a big mattress. No, like soft light. It's very red. But I like this. Very, very pretty. I'm learning so much by working on this world. I would say, like, if you want to learn how to build worlds well, learn from the masters. Like, honestly, there's some incredible creators on the VR chat, and many put their worlds up on stores for people to buy and modify to their heart's content. As long as you obviously don't, forget to credit the owners, and that's one thing that's super important. I have actually, this is a major change, even though I'll only ever be running sort of friends only instances on this, just to sort of gently expand over here without inviting in too many people at once, because I'm not here to sort of moderate, I'm here to have fun. But like, you gotta leave the credit screen in so you can kind of see, like, alright there. The credits from the actual original Afterglow. You can see it all there, so it's very important. They do say on the TOS actually that if you list this world publicly, you have to leave that in. That's very important, and it's a matter of respect as well. I've had a lot of people come in and say, "Hey, this is amazing. Did you create this?" I'm like, "Hey, no, not at all." Oh, I love this. This is the post-processing wall. This is amazing. So, I haven't really used this much, but over on the right we can select different shaders. So if I go, oh, is that changing for you guys as well? Yeah, I gotta. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Is that, oh, Christ, has that gone really bright for you now? I guess it has. Oh yeah, it has. Look at that. I just filled the exposure way up. Oh, that's magical. wonder if I can adjust the default exposure. Ah, no, okay, I'm just thinking. But we've got, like, monochrome light. I'm in black and white. You can literally experience the world in black and white. That's so cool. Just come in here, it's a film noir or a tech noir. What's a cyberpunk noir then? I'm sure there's a subgenre for that. But either way, I'm loving the openness. I've had some really great feedback so far. I should probably switch back to color actually. I think it was easy on the... No, it wasn't easy on the eyes. Oh, that's not easy on the eyes. It's a hot summer. I don't even know where I came from. I think it was Himalayan winters? No. Oh, hat. Clouds, maybe? Guess so, and it's just... It's really nice that you just come in and adjust it to your heart's content. Super cool. Maybe take the bloom down a bit. Sit with Latin. Start messing around. There we go. I think that's... Feels like it's kind of back to normal. So yeah, next things I'm going to do, I think, are more media controls. So I'm not going to put playlists in every room, but certainly, the playlists in the basement, I think, are a good move. But having just the media controls to alter the volume and skip to next and stuff might be quite a nice addition. And then of course, yeah, we moved the we're almost at the drawing board. So if I just sort of stand up a sec, sorry, I'm gonna probably levitate for a moment. Admit I was lazy, I was sitting down. But if I move a little closer, if I just anchor this to the world, you should be able to see. So if I move over here, then I should be able to get a pen. Like so, and then I can open. I'm not walking, I'm floating. Dear. So I can sort of like draw. Like this. Here. I don't know if you can see it. The hello going on there. And it's weird. I feel like I'm levitating on this rug. That's so strange. I'll have the motion trackers on later, I think, and then you'll be able to see. Yeah, actually walking around. I can do a nice big smiley face. Like so. Boop. Great. I feel... Okay, so if I just reset that anchor, we bring that back to here, look. That's wonderful. Get another pen, eh? No. Okay, oops, I'm doing all kinds of things. There you go. Ole, your sipper works really well. Hi, Jenny! Oh, you had some lunch. What are you having for lunch, Jenny? I hope it all went well. We'll speak later. Phil. I love these pens, look. They're fun. And they have little thingies on the back, so if you hold them the other way around, like, it's an eraser. So I don't know, can I erase the blue? No. So pink has to erase pink. Yeah. It's neat. I like it. Do you have to go in the supermarket in a bit now? You have to use the right colour to mark the right thing. I think that's one thing I would like is a sort of a clear roll button. I don't seem to have one here. So maybe I need to see if there is such a facility or a method I can invoke somewhere that might remove all lines. So I'm thinking if you're going to play like Pictionary or Hangman or anything else, kind of want a button to get rid of all the squiggles, yeah? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there is a way to do it. But I don't know. Going. Both. Still. All clear. Yeah, I really like the openness of this area now. Look, check it out. It's really cool. Food. Yeah, this world is now publicly listed. I have submitted to community labs. To be honest, I'm a bugger for this. I get impatient. I did mean to do a lot more work to it, but Yeah. One of the next things I want to do as well is this big blue shader pattern that you see running through the whole place. You see it's animated. I wanna go put my own twist on that. I think looking at the blue hues though, unless that's blue, my nose is a bit of underlighting like this. Ooh. If I sort of move over here, let's jump. So if I tilt the camera this way, you can actually see like there's a blue underlit sort of lip, which I really love. But it means am I gonna have to respect the blue lighting and the animated sort of blobby. The irony is actually I have a private listed world where I was actually playing with these sorts of effects. I did come up with something very similar to that a good few months back. No, I lie actually, it was about months back. I haven't been on VR chat probably that long doing creative stuff. But yeah. But I do want something quite different for that. It's a nice effect, but I want to do something. I've got it in my head what I want to do. I want it to be more smooth. I think that would be quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be a long stream today, guys, because I do have a few things to do. I've had managed to catch up with a few friends after 4 today, but yeah. All good. Oof. Oh my goodness, my hair's going all over the place. How random. Yeah, I'm gonna try play around with these mirror toggles just behind me, right? So, at the moment they have these options, right, which, let's grab that. Consider HQ mirror and player only mirror way. And I want something that says like screen or something so I can turn the screen on and off. Because I really think like the view out there is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's so nice. Ooh. Wonderful. Yeah, it does look like a lava lamp, buddy. You're absolutely right. And in fact, to get that effect, I did actually do a little bit of GPT magic, because I don't obviously write GLSL or HLSL shaders. I mean, it's not something that's in my repertoire at the moment. I do want to get better with, like, there's a really good shader utility I bought for Unity some time back, and I haven't really used it. I can't remember what it's called. It's like node-based. Amplify shaders. That's what it's called. And I'd love to. The problem is that when you get into sort of all this sort of types of development, there's so many different skills and disciplines, and each one in itself is its own difficulty. Like, I really want to learn some Noesis. I'm going to put that aside for the weekend, I think. You sit down and go through the courses that Meta have laid out and that Noesis themselves have, and I want to do my first interfaces in. I'd given myself 1 month to reinvent the Lotus style. I'm actually putting my foot down on that. And I think I can do it. It's going to be tough. Need to keep eye concentration together. The trick is not the amount of work it takes to get it up and running, it's about coming up with a design that I'm actually happy with. That's the trick. Yeah. And I do want to keep these same blues. I'm a fan of that shade of blue. Every like pool I've ever designed in Horizons uses that kind of color of blue. It's like a really light powder blue is the right way. I don't know. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I do want to go back to the sort of the second generation of White Lotus. I want to combine Greek mythology, which is where I started actually with the Lotus. It was actually, can I make a sofa and put a nice blue underlighting in it, and can I make that look good in Horizon Worlds? And it did, and so I built a world around it, and it was a big Greek temple. The problem is I had loads of like neon underlights under the stairs and just the big platforms under the chairs. They look great, but I kind of lost sight of that over time. And it got simpler and simpler as I went into switchable sort of environments. But I want to start bringing it back now. You know, you'll see if you ever wander the White Lotus in Horizon Worlds that the top end is all classical Greek mythology. There's a few nods towards other things in the pool area. And then when you get to the secondary bar, There's a whole lot of circuit boards on the wall, and yeah, there's a picture of robots at the end if you've sort of ever been in there. You have to be a verified member to get into that section, but you can see it from the main place. But yeah, it's gonna get exciting. I think, the problem is I'm hyping it up so much in my head now, it's almost like I can never be happy with anything I do. And that's design paralysis for you. Just trying to make it before you do it. So yeah, I stand inside creations like this which are far beyond my own abilities, and they're inspiring me. Like, no longer am I looking at things like thinking, I can't do that, let's give up, which to us I never thought was like, no, I'd never be at this level, to actually thinking, no, I can learn from people who work at this level. I go and do amazing things, and that's what I want to do. Like, when I look at the geometry is deceptively simple, but it's put together incredibly well. I'm very thoughtful. All this sort of the pipes and ceiling cables there. Just all these shapes. They've just come from someone's imagination. I absolutely love that. I wish I had the imagination, but I think that's why I went with all the Greek building, because you could do a lot with very little shapes. And that was incredibly attractive to me. But I always liked a fet, so I want to get back into a fet. So this is also not mine, that's part of the core world, but look at that. Right, the swirls just emitting from the top, it's very pretty. I'm not using sort of particle factories in Unity, you can do that. Now in Horizons you'd have to currently TypeScript it, or use some clever biscuits with like an actual particle engine that they provide you with, which is... You can do a lot of stuff with it, you can, but it's not quite as free as actually having access to a full particle engine. So now having access to shaders, right? You know, I love the way the light hits things and shines off, and that you can see the steps. Look at the steps. Just shiny, you look. And then you sort of look at the blue underlights and the sort of the glow from it. It looks absolutely incredible. So good. Yeah. Alright, where am I? And also another thing I spotted is I did a tutorial on cloth simulation in Blender, but it was only like single-sided. But if you look at that is double-sided cloth, right? So if let's get you close to that, you can kind of see. Look, it's like got fat edges to it, which is absolutely incredible. It's probably not the best one to look at. Actually, let's just run over here. Something more well lit over here, maybe. Actually, here's a prime example. So then I'm left to oops. Just here until I get down on my knees. Alright, so if I show you this, look at that. It's like a fat cloth simulation. It's like a blanket. Whereas the cloth sims that I did tended to be sort of, yeah, single-sided. This actually is like it's actually got massively inside, and I think I know how to do it. I think it's you have to basically make your object not as like a flat, literally flat one-sided cloth. You make it as like a squashed cuboid, I guess. And then just to give it nice rounded edges. And then I think you probably have to apply like a pressure quotient to it. And I've done pressure with cushions. So pressure is very, very important in Blender when you're making these kinds of cushions here. So you basically apply a sort of an inward force outwards to a sort of a cushion shape, and then what it does is it pulls it in slightly, the cores, and then fattens it out a bit to give it the impression that there's some material to it, some substance. And yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. If you guys aren't, if you think I'm talking gobbledygook, on my YouTube channel I do a cloth simulation video. It's aimed at Horizon Worlds builders, if you ever want to make these kinds of cushions, I guess. But what I did really do in the video, actually, I kind of stopped at pressure, but you can actually apply gravity, which can create these wonderful sort of like, can you see how the, bad example, good example, right, that's a good example here. So you can see how these are not only sort of fattened, right, but they're also sort of like affected by gravity. They're kind of like slumping around each other, like you'd expect cushions to. Now, I didn't do that, I don't think, on the video, but we can always do a revised one, like, 2026 is coming, and I know all my videos are titled Horizon Wars 2025 building. But yeah, no, we can absolutely go better than that for sure. So yeah, we're good. Right. Okay, but yeah, apart from that, no changes. But no, that was a massive thing. So to create this effect, what I did was I removed the big bookcase. I actually pinched this nice curvy thing, right, from over here. So just created a copy of this one and moved it over instead. It just looked weird, there was a gap there, and I didn't really want to move the sofa backwards. Plus the other thing as well, the actual sofa in here is one FBX object, sorry, it's one 3D model, and it has the cushions and all the blankets actually baked into the same sort of mesh, so I couldn't just sort of hide this blanket. So what I did, right, given that like it's not a real blanket obviously, right, you've basically got to simulate that again. I'm not in the space to be doing that at this time. So what I did, given that used to loop over the bookcase bottom, what I did was I just got some objects and shoved them under there. You'll notice in the PC version I haven't baked that light, so that lantern there should be casting some lights just out from there, right? But it doesn't at the moment. But the next rebake I do, you will see that creep in. It's just a minor detail. On the other side we just got a random part. I just kind of pinched these things from over here, to be honest, because then it gave it the impression that the blanket is sort of over the back and it's just kind of falling over here, which is, it's a bit of a random look for sure, but it works. No, don't forget this world there's a lot of like random placement of random things in it. It's very creative, and I do like it. Like, it's funny bottles and sort of random mats everywhere. As you walk around, you'll find more lights and more things. Yeah, I love the way they've done the curves here. This is so cool. Well, it's just brilliant. Like, how do you put this much thought into a design? I can't even fathom. It's incredible. Even here, look, the hallway's just scattered some glowy light boxes. I love it. So good. But yeah, this is the entrance area now, guys. So when you come in, it's very much open. So if we're watching TV here, watching the fireworks, we can just turn around and see a load of people, because that's like such an important thing. Oh, and on 2 seconds, you're gonna get the door. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Someone knocking at the door. Crazy. So anyway, yes. Where were we? I don't know, it's people doing door-to-door knocking, probably trying to sell something. Where were we, guys? Clean. Oh yeah, sorry. So yes, after doing that, what we had to do, we set everything up, and then we dry mouth. I've got a dry mouth. I had to then rebake all the shadows and the emissions, to basically, you can see these sorts of facets here, like the shadows under there, and the blue glow coming off this and hit the back of the sofa, because obviously that blue glow wasn't sort of painted onto that sofa before. So by moving this, we had to sort of rebake it all. So they say, with the exception of this light, because you can see if I look at the other lights, right, they do actually have some emission coming off them. No, you see it lights at the back wall. So yeah, that's going to come out. I don't know how that's going to look when I next bake that, but yeah, it's cool. Baking didn't take as long as I thought it might. Yeah, and it's quite a quick process, actually. Probably about 5 to 10 minutes, I think. Wasn't really timing it, but I was thinking it might take a lot longer, because I'm used to sort of baking in Blender and that kind of stuff. Maybe I can speed that workflow up a bit, but it does tend to take an hour or two. I'm probably doing something wrong there, but hey, this word is what time is it, guys? 22.6, okay. I'm expecting a delivery today, actually, so I've ordered myself a stream deck. Because I think that could help me doing these streams. Switch between different camera views and trigger different things. So we'll see how that one turns out. Never used the stream deck before, but did watch a video on like, what is a stream deck and how do you use it? And I was like, okay. Watched it. Is it? Okay. No. So, see how that one turns out. I hope it's not rubbish. Right. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna end the stream now. And get back to it. Like I said, my next thing is I've got to update these UI buttons, try and bring in another one to flip the screen. I haven't done anything with these yet. I was expecting this to be a bit more intuitive, but I can figure it out. Maybe I'm missing a point somewhere. A lot of the times with these sort of changes, they tend to be kind of baked into the levels. Like if there's a tool for actually creating them. But I tend to miss that, see the output, but yeah. It's the same thing up always adjusting the playlists as well. Like I went through adjusting a bunch of stuff, not realising that actually there's a template I should have been adjusting. And that there was some sort of script which regenerates it all. Yes, okay. There you end the stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. So that was a very short one. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the new open layouts and see for you. But yeah, thank you. Okay. See you all later.